So with that, what we want to start off with is the composition and functioning of the marketing environment. Now, the marketing environment, it consists basically of three main components, what we call also the sub-environments, and these are known as the microenvironment, the market environment, and the macro environment. So we're going to look at all these three components of the marketing environment as a whole and understand what role each environment plays towards the decision making of businesses, across the market. Now, talking about the composition and basically the functioning of the marketing environment, of course, as I said, we have the micro environment. So what is the micro environment? Basically, the micro environment encompasses the internal environment of a business in terms of the resources, and then of course the complexity of the product that it produces, those resources that help towards producing that product, and of course the infrastructure that is involved in making that production at the end of the day. So we're going to look at that more, definitely basically looking at what we call the 4 P's of marketing to have a better understanding of how that works. Then the next aspect is the market environment. Now, the market environment is more of the industry in which that business finds itself, in terms of peculiarity of that industry and how the dynamics of that industry tends to determine the position of the business, but then also the level of attractiveness in terms of the business being able to thrive in that market that it finds itself. And then we have the macro environment, and this is the overall environment in which a business finds itself. And with the macro, but both the market and the macro, it's quite difficult for one to control what tends to work there, because it's out of someone's control. So again, when we talk about the macro environment, which if you can recall in another class we discussed, PESTEL. So of course it's looking at the overall dynamics of the community or the environment or country in which one finds itself. So you have, of course, the political, the social, the cultural, the legal, and the environment in itself, and how each one of these tend to play a role in determining the position and what an organization is going to strategize towards positioning itself in the market that it finds itself. So of course, at the end of the day, to determine the strength and weaknesses of opportunity for threats to the enterprise, one uses what we call the SWOT analysis. And this SWOT analysis, together with what we call the Porter's 5 forces, are used to then determine the position of a business within each and every one of these environments, which we're going to look at and dabble into in the next video.